After Counting Cars ended, Danny Koker's fans believed he was done acting. He was required to pay $2. His marriage was in disarray. He had lost 35 pounds due to stress, and they were suing him for $7 million. But everyone was taken aback by the count in 2024. The $15 million his previous program earned annually was doubled in a matter of months by his new venture. However, autos had nothing to do with the actual surprise. Today, we'll discuss the little-known tale of Danny Koker's business reconstruction and the reasons why some admirers claim he's difficult to identify. He was born in Cleveland, Ohio on January 5, 1964. His entire family had a passion for automobiles. Since his father, Danny Koker Sr., was a Ford executive, vehicles and motorbikes have played a significant role in Danny's life. Many members of his family, including uncles, cousins, and other relatives, were employed in the automobile industry. His father wasn't just interested in vehicles, though, which was another distinctive feature of his family history. He was a talented musician as well. He sang and played the piano for the popular Southern gospel ensemble, the Cathedral Quartet. Nobody could have foreseen the impact that this combination of vehicles and music had on Danny. He started performing on stage at Carnegie Hall before the age of 11. When Danny was 8 years old, his father gave him a motorcycle. It was the beginning of a large endeavor as well as a thank you gift. Rather than merely riding it, Danny disassembled it piece by piece and then reassembled it. He became aware of how much he enjoyed deciphering how things operated at that point. He then dedicated all of his time to disassembling, repairing, and improving cars and motorcycles. He learned all he needed to know on his own while still a child, working on vehicle projects with his father. The automobile parts and instructions his dad brought home from Ford taught Danny a lot. He had a great drive to learn and a lot of practice, but no formal training. At the age of 16, he started working on enhancing vehicle cooling systems and engine speed. His first automobile, a 1979 Camaro Z28, was one of his most significant and early endeavors. Unlike other teenagers, Danny would not have abandoned the car. He converted it into a street-drivable race vehicle. He had significant challenges, but he overcame them in the end. By the age of 18, he had proven to everyone that, although not attending school for them, he was capable of handling challenging assignments. From this point on, things became much more intriguing. Danny began performing something he had never done before in 1,990 days. He changed careers and started hosting the late-night horror film program Saturday Fright at the Movies. He featured cheesy horror movies and played Count Cool Rider every Saturday, Las Vegas residents observed. Dressed like a vampire in a cloak and sunglasses, he brought his own sense of humor to the performance. Like Danny, his character enjoyed motorcyclists, vintage automobiles, and Elvis. Because his grandparents were from Yugoslavia, he even began to tell jokes with a humorous accent. In addition to the films, Danny's passion for cars and music added to the show's entertainment value. Many people adored it. Even after the show ended in 2001, his moniker, The Count, persisted. Danny's story didn't stop there. In 1998, he opened a modest store called Count Customs in Las Vegas, converting his passion for cars into a company. The shop's specialty was customizing motorcycles, and the name was inspired by his TV persona. Danny had a distinct sense of style. He was transforming automobiles and motorcycles into works of art in addition to restoring them. One of his first significant endeavors was a 1932 Ford Roadster. As soon as people saw the Count's Customs, they realized they were different. Business started to increase as soon as people told their friends about Count's Customs. By 2002, Danny's workload had grown to the point that he needed to relocate. He transitioned from motorcycles to vintage automobiles and even began producing parts specifically for these vehicles. In 2004, Danny received a call from Ozzy Osbourne that would change his life forever. Ozzy requested a special motorcycle, which Danny built for him. The bike was stunning, with glittering paint and characteristics inspired by bats. It garnered national recognition and established Count's Customs as a household name. Over time, the store continued to expand. It was no longer merely a shop. By 2010, Danny turned it into a legitimate business. In addition, he began selling goods and launched Count's Vamped, a rock bar and tattoo parlor. Danny's curiosity had developed into something far more extensive than he had anticipated. As Count's Customs expanded, it now employs over 50 people in a 300,000 square foot workshop. The ascent to prominence of Danny Koker accelerated on July 19, 2009. He looked at a 1,968 Mustang GT Fastback when he first debuted on Pawn Stars. At that time, he owned Count's Customs and was already well known in Las Vegas. Rick Harrison, the proprietor of Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, was looking for someone with extensive knowledge of vintage automobiles. The audience adored Danny right away because of his charisma and talent. Over the following 3 years, he appeared in 23 Pawn Stars episodes and won over many fans. The Count's next appearance nearly went horribly wrong, but he used to operate a local horror movie show. He and Rick got into a heated argument about the value of a 1,957 Chevy Bel Air. The directors had to intervene after Danny stormed off the set due to the intensity of the fight. He would have more control when he was on the show, Rick informed Danny over the phone later. Their on-screen bond soon emerged as one of the show's highlights. In June 2011, the concept for counting cars was born. While filming for Pawn Stars at Count's Customs, Brent Montgomery, a producer from Left Field Pictures, noticed Danny haggling over the sale of a rare 1,970 Plymouth Superbird. Danny's fast offer of $75,000 demonstrated his passion for automobiles. This would make a fantastic television program, Montgomery thought. On August 13, 2012, Counting Cars made its History Channel debut. The program followed Danny and his crew as they purchased, repaired, and resold vintage cars and motorcycles. It was notable because it detailed every step of the process, from Danny locating the automobile to its unveiling following restoration. The first episode, which included the restoration of a 1,968 Mustang Fastback, the identical model that Danny had assessed on Pawn Stars, was a full circle. The History Channel was viewed by 3 individuals, 1 million viewers, a significant increase over their typical viewership. More episodes were immediately ordered because the show was an immediate hit. 2 weeks later, the firing resumed. Man, you're everywhere. My job is to turn over stones. I dig in people's backyards and peek into garage doors all the time. The program swiftly rose to the top of the History Channel's ratings. By the end of the first season, that number had increased to 2. Each show is watched by 9 million viewers. At times, it even outperformed Pawn Stars. By 2014, Counting Cars has been screened in 150 countries and translated into 38 languages, with Germany watched more of it than any other nation. Each show was watched by 5 million viewers. However, Counting Cars had unanticipated consequences. According to Las Vegas police, the number of stolen vintage automobiles increased by 37% in 2015. The authorities believe that the display encouraged criminals to target the displayed vehicles. Danny had to distribute warnings to car owners to exercise additional caution. Danny's distinctive appearance, long hair, a beard, and all-black clothing with skull patterns, also contributed to the show's success. His love of rock music was evident in his approach, which was not limited to television. Another aspect of his peculiar personality was displayed by his band, Counts 77. Fans were impressed by Danny's ability to seamlessly blend his passion for vehicles and music. He was the Count, a well-known individual who established himself in both domains, so he wasn't simply interested in vehicles. Danny Koker's success was greatly influenced by his business acumen and automotive expertise. According to a 2016 survey, the majority of viewers enjoyed Danny's behavior, which is why they watched the show. Danny also has some amusing peculiarities. He believed he could negotiate better prices on autos by wearing a leather jacket he had owned since 1989. He never cleaned it, and more than $10,000 was sewn into a pocket so he could make impulsive purchases. In a single deed on November 5, 2013, Danny demonstrated the size of his heart. He restored an antique 1981 Corvette that had belonged to a deceased Vietnam soldier. During the reveal, Danny broke down in tears as he delivered the car to the widow of the veteran. This episode was the most watched in the history of the show with 3 million viewers. Danny Koker must be committed, innovative, and hardworking if he wants to succeed. Due to the success of his television program, Counting Cars, his company, Counts Customs, expanded rapidly. By 2018, the company has expanded from a modest 7,000 square foot space to a massive 0 square foot facility. Danny was able to take on more challenging and thrilling duties with this upgrade. His crew of over 50 talented craftsmen would have completed 75 unique projects annually by 2020, a significant increase from the few completed prior to the event. His hallmark designs were expensive, and clients were willing to wait up to 18 months for them. The store made about $15 million annually by 2019, a significant increase from its initial sales of $500,000. By 2021, Danny also began selling apparel and accessories under the Counts Customs label, which increased revenue for the company by an additional $3 million annually. Danny's story didn't stop there. In 2017, he started offering a range of unusual auto parts for vintage auto restorations. These parts accounted for 20% of the shop's revenue by 2022. Additionally, he established training programs and workshops for individuals interested in learning how to restore cars, further solidifying his company's position as a pioneer in the industry. Because of Danny's abilities, celebrities came to him to have his unique touch applied on their vehicles. He was commissioned by Ozzy Osbourne in 2016 to create a motorcycle just for him. It took 6 months to complete and cost over $150,000. The motorcycle's hand-painted bat wings and powerful 124 cubic inch engine made it a work of art. NBA player LeBron James requested that a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air be fixed in 2018. It took 8 months to complete, and the interior was decorated in purple and gold to resemble the Lakers. It included a cutting-edge sound system as well. The car was valued at over $500,000 and was featured extensively in automobile magazines. Danny also worked on a large project for the 2020 Las Vegas Mob Museum. He repaired up 5 vintage Cadillacs, which were common vehicles used by mobsters in the 1960S and 1970S. These vehicles had hidden chambers and bulletproof glass, the pair of dollars. The $5 million initiative received a lot of media coverage and was even made into a television special. Danny's list of famous customers continued to expand. One of his most challenging jobs was the $1 million repair of John Lennon's 1965 Rolls-Royce Phantom V, which he completed successfully in 2022. Obtaining rare parts from 3 different nations took 2 years. Danny's second business endeavor was the opening of Count's Vamped Rock Bar and Grill in Las Vegas in 2012. People who like both cars and music soon began to frequent the establishment.